Hey, Facebook family and friends. I'm T. Hatchett,
I'm here.
and we are the Hatchett Chronicles.
Okay.
Yeah, headache. I forgot to take my TV. It's hot. We're in the hot Atlanta. That's why it's hot. It's just straight. I don't know what we're gonna do this summer. That's why we need the estate so we can stay in the pool. Let's go sit all day. We won't get nothing done. We just sit in the pool all day. The water is soothing and healing.
What up, y'all?
Hey, Facebook. And oh, YouTube. I'm sorry, YouTube. I always forget about you, and that's not good because that's where we need to be with you. So you know, go on YouTube. We're streaming live on YouTube. Like
Comment, subscribe.
and hit the notification bell.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. What you guys doing? Oh, I have some exciting news. So let's get started. I was waiting for some people to come on, but I guess they'll be here. We was late, so why wouldn't they be late? Um, okay, so um, I posted the website, but and all our information is usually on the website, but there's some new recent things that I haven't had a chance to put on the website. Like for instance, my our artist Just Dominic has completed and it is in for to go into the streaming sites. His LP, it started out an EP, but it is a LP, and you guys, it's first of all, it's called Chilling on Bless. Okay, this EP LP, sorry, this LP is, oh my goodness, you guys, I know we always brag about things. Y'all don't want to miss this. But for real, for real, for real, for real, this LP, you want to have a copy of that. And we're going to be doing some things. The release date for the LP is the 29th. Also, though, we are going to be it has a pre-orders on 23rd. That's the first thing. And we are going to be doing a couple of listening parties. So stay tuned or go on the website. Hey, Rara, go on the website
Yeah.
and you will see the dates for his listening party. We're going to do a Zoom party. We will be doing some contests for free giveaways of the LP. Just keep I know I keep saying but it's a lot. So just keep up with the website. I'll put everything on the website and just keep up with the
The more
website.
we go along, the more information we put.
Yeah, yeah. And what else? Oh, our book is almost finished. We are family on chapter 10. Guys, this book has been the most. The most. But from
Hey,
my
Mom.
hi mom, from my rib is almost finished. I know
97.3%.
you got it. Okay, so it's coming. It's just like I said, this book has been the most. But still on sale is The Power of God. Um, Also the Corona Chronicles is still up for sale. What else?
My beat tape is still up for
Yeah,
sale.
my husband's beat tape is still up for sale. What you been doing lately?
Nothing.
Guys, if you guys was not on for his toe tap Sunday, it was a toe tap Sunday. Y'all missed out because this man was in a zone yesterday. It will be playing on the radio. Hey James, it will be playing on the radio. Big
Big
James.
James, what's good?
I will be making a copy of it and putting it on our radio station because he really did his thing. And let us apologize in advance. Listen, he still would have been doing it for a while, but Facebook, I can't talk about him because we using them. But
They clipped me at like 50 minutes.
yeah, he was almost to an hour when they clipped him. He was so hot. I think that's what happened. He probably burnt the
Algorithms up.
yeah, burnt the album because he was really hot yesterday. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I was on fire last night.
So he probably burned up the cyberspace.
You know what?
Cyberspace was probably on fire.
I don't know what it was, but I've been saying I'm gonna go do a live. I'm gonna do a live. I'm gonna do a live. I'm gonna do a live. I was talking to him stuff. I said, "Well, I'm gonna do a live." He was like, "Get you got to do it. Go ahead." I was like, "I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it." I said it to my wife Saturday. I said, "Babe, I should do a live." She was like, "You've been saying that for about 2 weeks." I was like, "Oh, word!" I felt like she played me, so I was like, "All right." So when I set up, I called her on the phone. I was like, "Check me out. I'm going live." She was like, "Oh, you going?" Click and hung up on her. Man, listen, I was on fire last night.
Yes, he
man.
was.
I was on fire.
And it would be Facebook to clip him.
It was a zone. I just fell into a zone last night, man. And it was hard to come out. I was feeling so good, man. That music just took me away, man. I was in a whole nother space, man. I was on fire though. I know that.
Yeah, man. As soon as I download it, I'll send you a copy. Yeah, because I'm gonna put that on the radio for real,
What Mom
because
said to that copy last night.
because that he was doing he was showing off, y'all. He was showing off. If you missed it, James, that's all right. It'll be on the radio station. I'll let y'all know when, because I'm gonna download and put it on because he was definitely doing his thing.
That you DJs are very
Una said that. You DJs are very, yes, they are. Yes, they are. So what else?
Did he miss the toe tap?
Yeah. So what else you got going on?
I did the toe tap last night, man, which was dope. I'm working. Hey, y'all, listen. Dominic is dope. Chris is dope. You know, these are the artists that we got signed to the label and all that. But I got a secret weapon, though.
Yes. Yes, y'all.
Boy,
Tune in because
listen. I got a secret weapon for y'all. When I drop this thing, listen, it's cash in the bag. Cash in the bag, got cash in the bag. When I drop this thing, it's over. This brother is truly.
Hello, Eleanor.
What's up, Ellie Els? This brother is truly blessed musically. Um, Working on that. I've been called back to hip hop court. I know y'all think that's a bad thing, but it's not. It's actually a I think it's the seventh. I go back. It's pardon me, y'all. It's a talk show, and they want me to come back for the seventh, and I think Cassidy and it's a young lady, some young lady that's supposed to be on there. Once I get all the information, that too will be on the website, so y'all can go check that out on there. And man, what else? I got some information yesterday about the score for two movies that I'm doing some music for these two movies, and you know, so y'all know we working, man. We working. I'm busy over here.
Oh, by the way, you guys, I told y'all about Dominic being nominated for Gospel Choice Music Awards. I want to thank all of you for the first round because he is second place for Urban Contemporary Artist of the Year.
Thank you.
And so
the
finalists will start. The voting for the finalists will start for the finals will start on the 15th. He's actually still in two categories. He's second place in that one, and for male artist of the year, he is I think he's in fifth place. But he really wants the urban, so he's doing well with that. But they start back for the finals on the 15th of April, which is this coming week. I think that's Thursday. So, guys, please be looking out on the website on how to vote because we need to help him win that.
And then we're gonna also post the link and all of that on my page and her page and Hatchett Chronicle page and on the YouTube page, whatever, and the website. So if you need to get the link, you'll be able to go to any of those places and get the link so you can
Vote
go
for
ahead
him
and do
so
the
he
vote.
can win
Yeah.
for Urban Contemporary Artist of the Year.
And he's performing in June at
he's
the awards.
performing at the awards too. So
we're doing some great things. Praise God. All glory to God. We thank God for all things that's happening with our entertainment company, with our production company. I'm just thankful. To God be the glory for everything.
And hopefully the book will be done by.
You guys know it's mad corny how you said that in. I'm thinking you getting ready to praise God and you like, and the book will be done by, you know what? Whatever, man. So anyway, y'all know the vibes, man. I got so much stuff. We'll get to it, though.
Also, don't forget that I'm still helping. If you have a business that you want to get up and running, I do that. I can help you with that. So I am me about that. I have some things coming up, some financial things coming up to help you in the finance area. So stay tuned for that. I'll put that on the website. And so let's get to the topic because we spend so much time on the plugs. We got so much plugs going on. So what's the topic, baby?
I don't remember.
See, you know what? My husband.
I ain't concerned with it.
Oh, you see how he do? Eleanor said, "L-E-L, what the heck?"
All right, Eleanor, whatever, man. I was giving you a little nickname, sucker.
Yes, he will. Eleanor said, "Won't he do it?" Yes, he will. Yes, he will. So the topic is recovering from public humiliation by your mate. And this topic was brought to you by Eunice, which is awesome with the topics.
Yeah,
thank you
she
so
gave us
much.
like 19 of them, y'all.
Yeah, I appreciate her so much.
Public humiliation by your mate.
Yeah, and this came from, well, Eunice, if you would, because I forgot the name of the there's this guy who he's very popular on YouTube, and he talks about how a man should treat a woman and a man shouldn't cheat on a woman and all this. I forgot his name, so Eunice, could you put his name up there? And so come to find out that he had cheated on his wife several times, but his wife was on there and she was saying that they were working it out and it happened a long time ago. And what kind of public humiliation? So,
says James Rodman. Derek James.
Derek Jackson. Scan test. Yes, she is, Eleanor. Eleanor said Eunice always coming up with great topics. She sure is. So, I was thinking about that, James, what type of public humiliation. And when I thought about it, I think that depends on a person because, like, somebody yelling at you, like, yelling at you in public like you a child, that would be humiliation, So
humiliation come in any kind of
it can come in any type of form.
Grabbing your arm real hard, walking fast with you.
Hey, Clay, what's up? Yeah, so
what's up, Clay?
It depends. Some people don't like to be have arguments in public. So I think public humiliation comes in all forms, and I think it depends on you and your mate, and I think it should be talked about in the beginning so that you won't go through that. Like if your mate don't like to argue in public, you wouldn't start an argument unless some people be on that revenge tip. Well, I'll get them in public and embarrass them.
But one thing is, who wants to argue? Period.
That's true, but you know how
I'm
some
just,
people
I'm,
like
that's
like you have people that's jealous or something, and they might, or you might look at something. You know how women are good for that. You might be looking at a dress on somebody or something. What you looking at? Why you looking at her?
yeah,
Like stuff like that.
yeah.
Because people are, and I hate to throw the women under the bus, but
But that, I mean, it happens.
women
It's
do
just
that.
another type of public humiliation. You know, being with somebody in a place and they be mad loud and just unruly, cursing all over the place and
Ghetto
acting all
five,
crazy. You know what I mean?
ghetto five.
Yeah,
So,
that's
what
the
is
worst.
your? I think one question would be, what is your level of humiliation, and how do you recover from it if it's done by your loved one, your mate?
I'm,
Um, Eunice said Derek Jackson, the relationship expert who was found having affairs on his wife. James Rodman said that Jackson dude played himself because he got rich saying men were the problem. Now he is found out. Right,
yeah, he
right.
played himself.
But to speak on that, first of all, people, I'm this social media thing, I can't get with it. Not on that level, because then when something happened or somebody is caught on tape, it's like, ooh, look at what they did on tape. But people are people, and things happen, and people are just now getting busted because we do have this social media. So I never put much in people from the beginning. Like him, I've heard him a time or two, but it wasn't like, he said what he said.
You
That
know,
didn't mean that he was God or he was perfect or he didn't cheat. That doesn't mean that he said what he said. You could believe him or not.
you know what? I think that you have to be mindful of what you say. Period. Whether publicly or behind closed doors or whatever, you have to be able to know how to talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? You have to be mindful on how to speak to someone because, like, it's just like it. My thing is having somebody talk to you any kind of way is just disrespectful.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, put yourself in. Put. I would tell them, put yourself in my shoes. I remember one time, right, when I was at work. I was working in the airport, Newark Airport, and I was working for FedEx. And within FedEx, they have this regular security, right? And I forgot what they call specials. Yeah, they're called specials. So we were a contracted security company that worked for FedEx, and then we had the specials that were over us. But within our ranks, we had supervisors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was a supervisor, and I got called over to the main building because I think we had two officers that were late or something, and they was getting what they call rush at 7:30. The bus from FedEx comes in, and just a bunch of employees that come in, and so we were running the metal detector, right? So we put all the stuff on the belt, and there was an Indian gentleman that was a special. He was behind the glass, well, in the office, but there was no glass. This joker was yelling and screaming and cursing. I mean, it was really, really, really humiliating. It really was. And I felt like, wow, man, like he's doing this in front of the employees, right? And then he was sitting in the office and there was like two or three specials sitting there with him and they laughing and joking about it and stuff like that, because he was like, move the line, get to business. And, you know what I mean? And he was really disrespectful. And I'm telling you, what God loves is the truth. When that line calmed down and everybody went through and it was all good, some of my workers, they was ready to walk out. And I said, don't worry about it. I said, I'm going to take care of it. I got it. I went right in that office and I let that man have it. I let him have it. I let him have it. I didn't curse at him. I didn't use no profanity. But I said it was really disrespectful for you to stand and yell across the room, the things that you were saying. I said, what level of professionalism are you using? I said, that was terrible that you did that. That was terrible. And I said, and y'all guys are sitting here laughing and joking like it's a joke. And I said, and you're on camera with it. I said, I'm gonna see how much y'all laugh when I go to the chief tomorrow. And everybody's face got like, because I was cool with the chief. It was like, uh-oh. So he wanted to come and apologize. I said, I don't even want your apology. And I said, I don't want anything from you. I don't care. Nothing. None of that. What I want you to do is feel the same way you made my guys feel. That's what'll be good. He got put on suspension for 3 days after I talked to the chief.
Okay, so that's in a way, whereas it's your
That's public.
job.
Yeah, but I mean,
we're talking about like
your
your
mate.
mate,
Okay,
and
but
they
I'm just
should
saying
know you better.
that's a form of public humiliation.
Yeah, it is. It is. Eunice said he had his wife join him in a damage control video, which was live and it went viral. People considered him narcissistic for that move. People questioned her mental health.
Wow.
Which I think that why are y'all blaming her? I didn't think they were wrong for blaming her because what he did had nothing to do with her. So she stood by him. And we're going to talk about that. So she stood by her husband. Does that mean that she's mental because she stood by her husband? I don't think so. And I think that it was on him, not on her. So why punish her or point the finger at her? She chose to stood by, and you know what? People also only see half of the story because when Eunice, you called my attention to this story, I went back and I watched all the videos of the whole thing fold out, and she said the wife said this happened before. It just got brought out this time, and they went through some changes before they even split, before she decided to come back and reconcile with her husband, which I have a problem with them blaming her for his actions.
I mean, but if you know that, I mean, I know this is kind of like off topic, but it's still with the same thing. But if you feel like, you know, if you feel like you've been humiliated, more than once or twice, and you leave, right? Why come back?
Because maybe you're trying to work it out.
You can still be in love. You can still
maybe.
But at the end of the day, you don't have enough self-esteem or self-respect to say that I deserve to be talked to better than that. I deserve not to be humiliated.
Maybe in the time you saw it change. That's not, you gotta, that's getting involved with a couple and what's in between them. How do you know that they haven't made their amends with God and they decide to try to work it out again? Right. That's just like somebody cheating on somebody and you leave them, but then you forgive them and come back. You can't blame her for deciding that, okay, I'm gonna try it one more time with my husband.
I'm not blaming her. I'm saying that it could be vice versa, but I'm saying for yourself, for your own self-esteem. Like if you keep, like I'm just saying, like if
I was public humiliation, I'm gonna public humiliate you back. I'm gonna.
No, but I'm just saying, like if you keep going through that, how long are you gonna put up with that?
Well, for
before
some
you
people,
can say, all right, you know what, enough is enough.
That's a personal choice. Again, that's a personal choice.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
James said people are hard on someone who contradicts what they teach others, and that's true. It's just like me and you, how we get on here every week and we say we haven't argued. Well, what happens if so we don't argue, but what happens if somebody, and this is a good example, we don't argue, we haven't had an argument, let's just say we're on a bad day, like that day that you yelled at me, and even though I walked away, what happened if somebody had caught that on tape and put that out there and said, they was lying about, see, they argued. You see how he talked to her when they ain't off there? And that was like one incident thrown out of context. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
that's what I'm saying. And I'm not defending him at all, y'all. I'm just saying that sometimes with this social media, things are caught off balance. Mm-hmm. And people take it and run away with it. We don't know the story behind it, and you have to really, and just like with your girl, what's your girl named Kiki, and people saw that little piece and they took it and went off instead of investigating and seeing the real deal on it. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So for me, again, public humiliation becomes, what really was it about? Was she really publicly humiliated or not? That's my opinion. All his James said hypocrites. Eunice said all of his side pieces went public with their affairs with him right before the announcement of his business relationship with T.D. Jakes. Book and movie deals. Supposedly his wife also were to come out with deals. And that's
Wow.
and again, you have to understand why somebody does something. They probably felt like they should have got paid, and he probably said no. And okay, we're going, because in one of the videos, if you keep watching their video, the wife said this happened before, and I actually broke up with him, and we came back together and worked it out. So obviously, this wasn't something that just happened.
So, and my thing again, with her saying that, you don't think she needs to check her mental status?
No, because we don't know. How can you judge her mental status?
I'm just saying, I'm going off of, with her saying this happened before.
No, she's saying that this wasn't something that was new to them. This was in the past, and it was just brought up. It just came out. It's not happening now. It happened in the past.
Okay. So they're together now as a couple and everything's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. She was saying that she was like, people think I'm weak, and she went on to talk about how people was bashing her. But she said, y'all don't know my story. I have this, first of all, wasn't recent. This happened in the past. And believe me, there were some things that we went through when I found out about it, and we even broke up. And it took a lot for me to get back with him.
Okay,
but
so
I
she
decided,
was telling her story.
yeah, she was telling her story. So, because it appears like this just
like it just
happened, and people, yeah, and she stayed with him, but she said it didn't.
Right.
This was something that happened before. Now the women might have just came out with it, but this was something that happened before, and she had already gone through the thing with him and left him and all that, and then she was gone for a while, and they decided to try it again and mend their way to work it out. So she was like, and personally, she says she don't care what people think.
You ain't supposed to.
So okay. Eleanor said, right, Terry. Eunice said, I don't think she is being blamed. I think people feel sorry for her and concerned her safety. She did say that she wanted to work things out. Yeah, right. Because that's her husband. Again, I say that can't nobody judge a person's relationship. That's between two people, and the only person that's supposed to be in between their relationship is God.
Amen.
And so, and again, that's just my opinion. Mom said, I agree with other people who think she needs to check her mental status. Eunice said, do you think her relationship is business? It could be.
That's a good question.
Again, we don't know their inside. So maybe she's just back with them so that she can make her deals. But again, that's a person's choice for how they want to work it.
Mom said, not judging,
just paying attention. Eunice said it happened in the past and was still going on right before the exposure.
Wow.
Mom said, sorry, Terry. I mean, I'm just right, saying, that's just my opinion. I mean, I would handle it differently. I'm sure other people, but I don't stand in judgment of people. I just saying that, I don't know their plight. I don't know what's going on. Maybe she's doing it for the money. Maybe she thinks she can gain. Maybe he threatened her and told her that if she didn't stand by him, he would cut her out to T.D. Jakes deal. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I'm not. I don't know what the situation was. Some wives don't care about cheating. They seem like one of those naive. You know what? Oh, she seems like one of those naive wives. Again, good point, James. Some wives don't, like, yeah, I know he cheating. You know what? Like that movie, like what was we watching? That old movie, Which Way Is Up?
Which way is up?
The preacher wife. You know, some wives really, and I agree with you, James. I think it's they're insecure about themselves or naive. I don't know what it is, but there are some women who don't worry about cheating. It doesn't bother them. It doesn't affect
as long as
as the home is being taken care of.
as long as they're not being, so to speak, interrupted, or their lifestyle isn't being interrupted as far as financially or whatever. Some of them just be like, oh, man, I ain't worried about that.
But
And they
that is
continue to do their own thing.
yeah,
But
that is
toxic.
yeah, isn't that something that now that's a mental thing. That definitely is a mental thing for me, in my opinion, because you know
I wouldn't say that. You know what? I would say that
maybe there's no love in a
that's
relationship,
exactly what
and
I
it's
was getting ready to say. It's just
they have an
they're
understanding.
together for convenience, for whatever the convenient moment is. I'll say, you know what I mean, or for whatever the convenient situation is. It could be living, it could be money, whatever it is. You understand what I'm saying?
Here's a question:
It could be for convenience.
you're getting $1 million a month from your mate, $1 million a month from your mate, and all you have to do is be married to them and nothing else. Like, then you can go out and cheat, they can go out and cheat, and y'all live your lives. But you got to be married to them for appearance purposes. Could you do that? And that's a question to
Yep.
y'all. $1 million a month.
Yep.
Could you be married to somebody for appearance purpose and y'all live your own life?
Yep. Cut the check.
I'm waiting for other people.
Cut
My husband.
the mother check. Cut the check. $1 million a month. Cut the check.
Okay, $1 million a bit. How about 500,000? Half a million.
Cut the check.
So what is the 250,000 a month?
That's cut the check.
100,000, 50,000.
Nah.
It has to be 250.
Look, because look,
50,000. I could do well off 50,000 a month,
facts. That's a fact.
and I could do what I want.
But you know what? I was just going to say some people do that for free.
Yeah, that's true.
To be honest with you,
it is a business, and Rara said that's a business. It is, but people make deals like that. You understand? I think a lot of folks feel, do you just don't embarrass me in our family? In other words, don't get caught. Yeah, that's true.
Yo, wait a minute. James Robinson said for 3 months, and then I'm out.
Just the $3 million. I hear you. You can do what you want then.
Mom said this is not a marriage. Way to jump. Oh yeah,
this is not a marriage.
It's a business agreement.
Exactly, it is. I think a lot of folks feel you just don't. Okay, we read that. Rara, that's a business. Eleanor, not selling my soul even if the money is right. I hear you. I feel that way too. Now, I will admit, Eleanor, when I was younger, I would have sold my soul. Not now, but in my heydays, yeah, I would have took the deal.
She said, like I said, some marriages are just
appearance. It's just business.
Yeah.
Rara said only for green cards. You know what though?
People do that too.
People, like back in the 80s, I know personally a few people that did that and was offered. They offered me, hey, you want to make a quick $10,000? All you got. And my answer to that was, I couldn't do that now.
I got to ask the same thing.
You did?
They was going to give me 50,000.
Now that.
And I was like, word?
So what stopped you from doing that?
Morals.
Okay.
and federal prison time.
I know that's right. That's what taught me. I was like, now you're crossing the line now. I don't want to deal with the federal. Maybe state, because I can run to another state, but not federal. I ain't messing with the federal.
Man, I was like, federal? Nah, I'm good. Man,
That happened
they
a
gotta get their
lot.
own green card.
Matter of fact, though, I know a couple of people that are still married and started out that way, but they ended up together. I know somebody who did that, and they ended up together, and they have a nice family and doing well. But right? Because I ain't going good at lying. I know that's right. But you know what? And I hate to say this. Excuse me, Mom. But if I considered doing something like that, it would have to be money and something else, and it would have to be good, because then I could be like, okay, I'm into you a little bit. Give me a reason to. It wouldn't be all a lie. It would give me a reason to say, yeah, we together, and we would be together in a way. I would need some contact. I'm just saying.
What the freak inside of me show ya? Oh.
Mom said, okay, Mom have a good question. How is that selling your soul if the expectations are laid out on the table beforehand? You already know what is expected of you.
That's right. So that's not selling yourself.
So I think
that's an agreement that you choose to agree to or choose not to agree with. Simple as that.
Yeah, but again, James put it good. Putting a monetary amount on it makes it selling your soul. Because it's like, okay, so what am I giving up for money's sake to do this? Because it's still alive, really. It's still alive.
Look, if you're going to get paid $500,000 a month for just an appearance to just, anytime y'all go out, that it looks like you're married, to put on a facade, but really you can do what you want.
But what about the vows you're taking?
I mean, that's different. That's
under God, because marriage is vowed under God.
Right. But
and when you are forsaking that vow. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hey, Steve. No, go ahead and say. I finished. I just wanted to say that.
Because it doesn't. I don't feel like I'm selling. I wouldn't feel like I'm selling myself. I don't feel like that.
You don't feel like the vows you taking under God is a lie?
If you going into it knowing what the situation is, no. If you know what the situation is going into it, then you expect exactly what you get. You get what you expect.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the vows that you have taken on the marriage vows.
Those going to always be real. Just going to always be real. And I mean, that's just something you have to deal with between you and God. That's the vows. That's just what you have to deal with. Well, we're not even talking about the vows. We're talking about putting on this facade in public for money.
Okay, so James said money is the root of all evil. I agree. Eunice said not all marriages are vowed under God. Okay, so that's true, but they might not be worked as vows under God, but they're supposed to be vows under God. So those are the marriage of vows according to God, under God. But people don't do as they're supposed to.
Right.
So that's what makes it not vows under God. So it's the people who are breaking that. They're vows under God. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Okay.
No, yeah, you are. No, seriously.
I'm not, Eleanor said, I'm not a let's make a deal kind of woman. Not going to be used and belittled for anyone for any amount. I stopped playing house a long time ago.
Sheila, what's up?
Hey, Sheila. She said, yes, I'm sorry. I just joined the live feed. What's the topic? Recovering from public humiliation by your mate.
Steve, what up, cuz?
Um. So okay, so we kind of off the topic. No, not really.
That's still along the lines.
Public humiliation.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say, let's give a scenario.
You got slapped in public.
By your mate.
Yeah, would you walk
We
off or
be
would you
fighting.
slap back?
No, we be fighting. I be throwing things and bringing out knives. And
Now, my thing is,
don't listen to me, y'all.
I don't hit women,
Yeah.
but if I got slapped in public by my mate, that would be the last time she would see me or slap anyone. She would have to catch an Uber home and figure it out once she got to the crib how to take care of what she needed to take care of by herself. Because I'm bouncing. I'm out. I'm out. Don't you ever.
So, baby, remember, and I hate
If
to
you put
bring.
your hands on
No,
me,
I
I'm
wasn't
gone.
gonna say that. I was gonna bring up like when you yelled at me. That was kind of in public because
That wasn't in public. That was in my studio. There was nobody in there but me, you,
and
you and Ann.
somebody else was there.
Wolf?
Yeah,
No,
maybe.
Wolf wasn't in there.
Somebody else was there.
No, it was me, you, and Ann. And you woke me up yelling at me.
I know.
That's the only there's an action for every.
So if I
reaction,
really,
every
really
action.
made you mad in public, like let's say I kept bugging you, when you
I'm
and
not
him.
going. If you hit me, that's it's over.
No, I'm talking about not touching, not hitting.
I ain't gonna yell. I'll wait till we get in the car.
So I asked the question about public humiliation by your mate. Y'all, I'm tongue tied. But anyway, I want to know, what is your level, guys? What is your level of public humiliation by your mate? What would be the deal breaker for you? Would it have to be laying hands on? Would it be yelling? Would it be just a ghetto-fied person? Like, okay, let's talk about some. I think Steve and James, I'm gonna pick on you two. You guys are and Eleanor and Eunice, you guys are in the dating arena. Let's say y'all had a blind date or a first date with somebody. It don't even have to be a blind date. And the person that you have that first date with is unruly or just not very loud and country fried and I shouldn't say country fried because people from the country just loud and little both like the women, they might be cursing and they might have got drunk and unruly, or it's a guy and he's loud and unruly. Would that be a deal breaker for y'all?
They go up because the fee got heavy.
I see. Okay. Eunice says, slap me. Mom. Oh, I do not agree. Okay. Hi, Eunice. Okay, Mom said, I do not agree. And at James, money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. 1 Timothy 6:10. And Steve said, you, bro. And oh, wait. Steve said, if my mate humiliates me in public, she will not be seen with me in public ever again. Would you leave her?
Eunice.
No, I didn't. I said, slap me and Eunice said, slap me and I will turn into straight up nigga. You'll be questioning your manhood the next day. I know that's right. That's what I'm saying. We be just fighting. I don't know. I lose everything. We be just fighting. Steve said, if my mate humiliates me in public, she will not be seen with me in public ever again.
That's what's up.
Okay, Sheila said, our relationship go through good times and bad times, but when it comes to physical, somebody has got to go. I know that's right.
Doubt. That's right, Sheila.
Sheila said, it's not humiliation, that's disrespect. Neither one, husband or wife, should disrespect each other in public.
That's a fact. That's great. That's facts.
Steve said, any humiliation in public place is a deal breaker. And Eleanor said, correct me in private, never
public.
Correct me in private, never public. Understand. James said, I don't tolerate being disrespected, so I can't relate.
Facts, James. I rock with you with
me
that.
either, but we just making up scenarios, because trust me when I say, I think we all agree to that, James. Sheila said, just say, excuse me, I apologize. I must be on the wrong date. You're it up and bounce. I know that's right.
That's right,
I don't even know whether I would give him that, Sheila. It'd just be like, excuse me, and I would get up and leave. Or I might not even say, excuse me.
Eunice said, most deaf.
Eleanor said, Ike and Tina.
Yeah, right?
Eunice said, I would roll out on that first date.
That's a fact. Why stick around?
You know what? I can't with my son.
The topic is not, we're not going to mention that comment right there. Daniel, my mom is on this feed. Don't you dare, my son. You know what? I'm not dealing with him right now.
Steve said there are things in a union that belong only in that union and never in public forum.
Right. Right. That's right.
Oh, I know, right? Sheila said, excuse me, I have to use the bathroom and never come back. You did that one time, didn't you?
No question. No doubt. Spun right off.
Yep.
Hold on. I'm going to be right back. Let me go wash my hands. You go ahead and order what you want, order whatever. I'll be right back.
Fine and dash. So let me ask you a question. So we talk about this. I want to go back. I want to go back to like catching off guard. Like for instance, we do this thing, and let's say like when you yelled at me, that had got on
somebody recorded it, put it out there.
Yeah. So that would make you look like, oh, they lying about what they do.
I would look like a hypocrite. I look like a liar.
So how would you handle that?
To be honest with you, you can say what you want to say as long as I know where I'm at and you know where I'm at. Social media don't mean that much to me. I don't need social media to validate who I am or validate my life. You understand what I'm saying? Because I did well before it came along. I use social media for motion purposes only. So if somebody caught me, if they had caught that when I was like, what do you know what I mean? Expose that, like, and put under the caption, he lied, he does argue, da 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 da. I wouldn't make a comment under that or nothing. I would laugh that off, like, y'all bugging. Like,
I think that it's hard because we are an open book, so it's hard to say if somebody did put it out. It was like we had already talked about that a couple of times.
I wouldn't trip about it because regardless of, and seeing the thing is some people try to thrive on certain things, right? Like they would thrive on something like that. We gonna catch them. We gonna catch them because they say they don't never argue. They say,
you know what I mean? Can't be that happy. That's
right. That's impossible. No.
Yeah, which is not.
If you have God's blessing over your union, it's possible. If you have God's blessing over your life, it's possible. Point blank, period. So I really, it wouldn't bother me. It's not like I would go on this rant trying to, correct. Man, that was just an argument we had, but that was just one time when she woke me up. I explained that to our, Chronicles family, and we was laughing about it when we talked about it, and we explained that to them. But I'm just saying, if somebody had caught that and said something, I wouldn't even trip about that.
Right, Shill. Shill said back in the day, social media was your mother standing on a porch hollering your name before the street lights came on. Right.
That's right.
Mom said it would look like you two were having a bad day. It's not like you have several posts a week of you two going at it. That's
right.
true.
That's right, Mom.
That's true.
Right.
James says she has mentioned it about 4 times tonight, Frank. Terry was feeling Look, why
Hey,
you starting so?
you skip one. Oh,
It's,
Sheila said, nobody.
nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors. Tell them to watch TV. Don't watch you.
That's right.
James, you know
What
what?
did he say?
He says she has mentioned it about 4 times tonight, Frank. Terry was feeling away. You know what? No, it just went and coincide with the topic. Don't be starting.
Yeah, hey, this is like the third Chronicle. She brought that up. I gotta keep an eye on that.
You know what?
Yeah, you right. Yo, Crunch, you right, son.
You know
Right,
what?
son.
That's because my sister threw shade on me. She was like, ah, ah, you ain't bad. Would you just went running in the room? You ain't say nothing back. That's because I was talking crap before he woke up. Because I was like, he ain't answer his phone. I'm gonna tell him about himself. Blah 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 blah. And then when he yelled, I just went walking away. She was like, "What happened to telling him about himself?"
But in my defense, I came and apologized. That same, like maybe 20, 30 minutes later, I came and apologized.
Yeah, over and over again. So he
So I
was not
apologized
that
for like
day, the
2
next
weeks.
day. Exactly, cousin Gio, which is why I questioned Derek and his wife explaining their situation to the world. I also didn't see the need of Kirk Franklin going public about his issues with his son.
That's a
Me
fact.
either.
That's a fact.
Me either, Eunice.
You know what? I think that when you add fuel to a fire,
That makes it worse.
you know what I'm saying? If you give a fire oxygen,
You're gonna
it's
explode.
gonna roar.
Mm-hmm.
Man, listen. If you don't give it, if you don't give it any fuel, you don't give it any attention, people are gonna always sit around and wonder, dang, he never even said nothing. He never even went public. He never said nothing about nothing. Yo, why haven't he? Yo, keep wondering why I'm living my best life.
Exactly. Oh, that's good, baby.
Facts.
They say, glad y'all talked it through. Sheila said, power to the female population. Terry, stand your ground. That's right.
Whatever, Sheila.
Mom said, James, I'm with you. She telling him something on the DL. Mom, why you? I thought you was
Wow.
on my side.
Well, it's about time you get thrown under the bus. Like you throw me under the bus every chance you get.
Mommy.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I'm your
Mommy.
favorite.
Sheila said that goes to show how much of a man he is that he apologizes. Everybody has something that somebody else does not approve of. Talk about it, work about it, accept it, and respect it.
That's right.
Amen.
Sheila. That's right.
Oh, that was good. I like that.
That's right. I apologized about it for like 2 weeks. I felt bad. Truly, I truly felt bad about it. But it took me by surprise. And if she keep bringing it up, then we're gonna have to have a conversation about it.
I think you felt more bad about it than more than I did. At the first day, I was thrown back because he has never raised his voice to me. So the first day, I was thrown back. But
And
after that, I got over it because
when
I
I
realized what it was.
when I
So
raised my voice, it's kind of
it's thunder. Yeah, it is. But I got over it. And then I was like, okay, after that day. But then you continued to feel bad about it. And I was really over it after that. After you apologized the first time, I was over it. It was like, okay, you know.
But that's just how that's where I was at with it. I just needed to make sure he was good because I told you I would never do that to you. I wouldn't argue. I would never call you out your name. I would never scream at you. I'm not going to do those things. We can't talk like two human beings, two grown-ups. There's no need for it. We have to have communication. We have to have communication. We have to have understanding. And most of all, we have to have respect.
And that's
You know
why
what I
I
mean?
didn't. We have an understanding. I know who you are, so that's why I didn't like. It could have been like making a mountain out of a molehill. I didn't because I know who you are, and
And
I know what caused that. And so it was like, okay, I'm over it. Mom said, now with Kirk on the real tip, who has grown children that have not taken you there, I would buy Kirk dinner. I agree. And that's why I feel like he didn't even need to explain nothing because, you know, I question his son putting it out there, first of
that's a
all.
fact.
Second of all, you know, his son is grown, like mom said, and
Man, listen, you gotta understand.
Sometimes you have to tell your grown kids, listen, don't make
Sit
me
your
resort back to
sit your
when you was young, because I still will beat your behind
sit
like
your
that. Yeah,
sit your down somewhere before you get a knuckle sandwich.
especially a boy to a man, because
Facts.
boys are always challenging at a certain time their father.
Yeah, they smell themselves.
Yeah, so
But what happened is when you slap them and pull your hand back, and you got about 12 of their pores in the palm of your hand, they get it.
Sheila said communication is the key, right? Steve said Frank over there writing a love song.
What love song? I ain't played no love song.
What you just said about how communication is the key, and
Oh
we
yeah,
gotta
no
have that
question.
understanding.
You can
You
use you can use those lyrics, Steve, for your next joint.
just said we need to stop apologizing for what goes on in our house. Just work on our issues from the inside out. That's a good point,
Nice,
Eunice.
nice.
She'll say, on that mother and father for thou days may honor their mother and father for their days may be long upon the earth.
That's
Right.
right.
Steve said, Sheila said, honor thou mother. Oh yeah, I got you. I'm with you. Mom said Terry and GL, y'all know y'all like Godzilla and Kane. Mommy, there you go again. She hot tonight.
God,
Mommy,
God,
why are you throwing me under the bus? That's that today I told mom, I was talking to mom on the phone and I said, okay, I gotta go feed the man. He gotta eat today. And she was like, what? And I said, because I always say to Valerie, he gotta eat every day. Why not to feed him every day?
Y'all see what I deal with? Y'all see?
And mom said, oh Lordy, that's terrible.
Oh Lord, see what I deal with?
uh, Steve said, it I have three girls and my son was easy. My daughters was whew.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know because I don't have. Well, I got one. No, not one, but I have one that I'm closest to.
Daughters,
Yes, man. She is my.
which she just
She
called,
is my. She is.
interrupting us on Hatchett Chronicles.
I gotta call her back. She is my world. Yes, sir.
But you don't believe, Steve, that sometimes, like when a boy get a certain age, he challenges his father, like he think he got hair on his chest.
Yeah, they do that. But when you come out that bag and let them know it ain't like that,
Like what was that old
man, look,
Richard Pryor? He said his father hit him and caved in. Was that Richard Pryor?
made his
Caved
shoulders
his
touch.
yeah, caved in his chest, wrapped his chest around his. Oh, you a man now? Sheila, feed your dog at home, and he went wrong. Feed your dog at home, and he won't roam.
Right.
Steve said, talking about attitude. Well, yeah, girls' attitude. Oh, I'm gonna tell y'all. My oldest daughter, I took her out in the yard. I told her to go put some grease on her face and put on her jeans. And I took her out in the yard, and I lied to you not, I fought her like she was a grown woman.
My ex-wife did that.
Because she was talking back badly. And she was only like 14 because she started at 13 mumbling to her father. She never mumbled to me, but she would mumble to her father. And I told her, stop doing that. I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm going to start beating your butt. And I'll pull up from work and her hand is on the hip, her head is rolling. She talking to her father like that. So I jump out the car and I said, get in the house. I said, and I told you about that. And she gonna walk in the house and said, I don't know what she talking about. If she touched me, I'll cut her. She lost her mind. I called her back. And then she continued. I called her back. And she was like, I don't know what you thought you heard, but I ain't saying nothing with the hair roll. I said, you know what? Go in there and put on your jeans. And I said, and put some grease on your face. And she was like, huh? I said, go in there and put some grease on your face and put on your jeans and come back out here. And she went in and she put on some jeans I don't think she put the grease on her face. And I took her out in the backyard and we fought. Well, I fought her like she was a grown woman. She kind of like had her hand up. But I fought her like she was a grown woman. And my point to that was, you want to be grown? You can be grown. I'm going to treat you like you're grown, like a woman out on the street. And I never had a problem with any of my girls, none of them. I never had a problem with her after that, because then she went in the room. She was on punishment for about 2 weeks. She wrote me a letter about how she was sorry. She don't know what happened. She lost it and all blah blah blah. She was over it, but I never had a problem with her.
My ex-wife did the same thing. She was running her mouth, going off, and then I told her she needed to calm down. You ain't my father. Don't tell me what you got to. Man, listen. She tried, yo. I felt bad. I felt bad for her. Like, yo, get off her, yo. You treat her like she was like, nah, she want to be grown.
Yeah,
I was like, yo.
Nephew Natasha was crying.
Up.
Nephew was like, David, I don't know why you did that stuff. And she was crying. Everybody was crying for her. But that's something that needed to be done. Sometimes some things like now, had it been social media time, we probably would have been on social media. I probably would have been fist, lock me up and everything. But that's why I don't go in for social media. Because listen, the old way worked. We were scared of our parents.
Okay, so Steve said, talk about attitude. Sheila said,
we talked about that. Okay. Steve said, my youngest daughter was like that. Eleanor said, get that bass out of your voice. Exactly. Eleanor said, that's when boys think they're a man. Yeah.
My mom used to say that to us all the time. Get that bass out your voice when you're talking to me. So I'll be like, well, Mom, I was just trying to say that. And you, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, the oldest boy and the oldest girl, I hemmed up, and I had no problem with the rest of them. My oldest boy, he made a mistake. He was fighting with his brother, and he made a mistake and smacked my hand away. But that was a mistake he will remember to this day, because I pulled him up with one. I actually blanked out on him though, because I had him up in the air by his throat, and they were yelling at me, and I came.
Well, I used to get blanked out on all the time.
Yeah, that was I kind of feel bad about that one. Was like, oh, son, pick the teeth up. I didn't. Sorry, I kind of blanked out on because he laid hands on me, and that kind of, and he didn't mean it, but that kind of put me. That kind of, I came to with the other kids yelling, "Mom, you gotta kill him!" And I kind of put my hand.
Look, when you were big as me and my brother and my not my youngest brother, but the one that's under Wolf, when you was as big as us back then.
You have to.
Mom was like, man, I'm not putting my hands on her. I hurt myself when I hit her with my hand. So I guess that was her way of being able to use shovels, sticks, and ice picks. I remember now I'm bugging. I'm sorry. But I remember, man,
my sister had a bat. Because when Ryan and Catrice, when her boys, they was real big boys. And she started out with the leg, but they got bigger and bigger. She went and got herself a bat, and she kept that bat behind her room door. And you did not want, and she was like, listen, I ain't breaking my hand on those big boys. And she got a bat, and trust me.
Look, I remember one time, I was against the front door, and she went to hit me, and I slipped it. I dipped it, and she hit the door. And she was like, she went through her few 4-letter words or whatever, and then she was like, stand right there. Stand right, don't you stand right there. I was like, I done messed up this.
And you know what? What's funny is when you I'm in danger, and the obvious thing is run, but you can't run because it'll be worse if you run. It's like my aunt used to pinch us, and she used to say, "Come here and let me pinch you." Now, Common sense say don't go there because those men terrible. But you also know that if you don't go there, it's gonna be worse. So you got to walk, and you're thinking about this as you going to get pinched. Like, man, really?
I ran from my mother one time and one time only. Let me tell y'all, man. I came in the house. She was going off on everybody, whatever. She said something to me, and I was like, man, I ain't trying to hear that. You know, my tough self, right? My tough self, like, man, I'm trying to hear that. She said, what you say? And I was like, I didn't think she heard me. Man, the next thing I know, I was going up the stairs, and by the time I got to the top of the stairs, my mother was on my back like a backpack. Yo, it was so crazy that she scared me. When we fell at the top of the stairs, I actually screamed like a little sister. And she was like, yeah, what did you say? And I was like, oh, damn.
I ain't say nothing.
Mom, I ain't say nothing. I was like, where the hell she come from? Like, yo, what did you do? Vaporize onto my back? Because she...
Not vaporize.
Yo, word up. When I started up them stairs, she was not behind me. So I'm probably...
That's when you blank out. Because I did that to Elijah one time. Elijah was lying. Like, I saw him, and everybody saw him, and he was still lying. So I looked at him, and I said, really, Elijah? You really gonna lie? When we saw it? And he looked at me, and he was like, Mom, I know I'm not gonna lie to you, but I didn't do that. And I lost my mind. When I woke up, my ex-husband was pulling me off of Elijah saying, you gonna kill him. Because something in me snapped and said, you got to beat this lying demon out of him. I don't know what it was, but I blanked out on him. And when I woke up, I just know I was on top of him and he was just like crunched up in a fetal position.
Steve said,
well, girls must know their men from a young age. I think what it is with girls and their fathers is that most men hesitate to beat their girls where they would beat their boys.
Yeah, that's
and so girls, when they get a certain age, they use that. Because I know that's what it was with my girls and their father. Because Diamond, my oldest, she would never talk back to me, but when she got 13, she started mouthing back at her father, and he wouldn't hit her. He never hit the girls. And it was like, what? You got to hit them. So I took it upon myself and beat them down.
James said that was tough. Mom said what?
Usually a boy would have the utmost respect for his father, but I think if the boy saw his mom get mistreated, he would just roll with the butt whipping. He would be begging by getting broccoli with his dad. Brolic with his dad.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Eunice said, Cousin Terry, y'all would have been on Ivana. I know, right? We sure would have.
Would have been what?
On Ivana. I can't stand that lady. I'm sorry, but you're right. She would have been like, well, now, Terry, do you think it's right? What is in her past that would make her talk back? And I would have to give her a few blessed words. Because at that time, I was not, as holy as I am now, I should say. Spiritual, I should say.
Right. Okay. You got it. Yeah. Right under Eunice. How to fix my life.
Eleanor said, little princess is trying to get over. Exactly. James said, I'm 49 and don't curse in front of my mom. Exactly. That's right. Exactly. But that's that old time respect that people don't have no more.
That's right. Man, listen. Even if it wasn't respect, we can't curse in front of my mom because that backhand is on the way.
Steve said Sandy ain't hurt her hand when y'all was your little. Hey. Eleanor said, gotta go. Y'all be easy. Good night, everyone. Good night, Eleanor.
Good night, Eleanor.
Steve said. Sandra said, what is it? What is a little broomstick love between mother and son? I know that's right, Mom.
Mom. It was some respect and to teach you morals and how to treat a woman.
Mom says, Steve, you already know. James said, great show, y'all. Gotta roll out. Tender, Eunice said, tender bows or extension cord love. A couple of switches too. I know that's right. That grandma stuff. Go out there and give me a switch.
How you gonna tell somebody to get you something to eat?
I know that's that mentality that puts you in a manner that you don't want to do it, but you know you gotta do it. You're going to get the weapon to get hurt with. That's that mentality. James Robin, have a wonderful week. Mom said, Frank, in my defense, you kept smacking me in the back of my neck because you were because you were tall as I was. Just saying.
Yeah, Mom, it was open neck. You know the game we played. You know how we gave it up. Open neck, no respect.
I bet you didn't get respected, or did you get respect?
I bet you I ain't play that game with her
got
no more.
Pet. She put some peck on it.
She vaporized onto my back that night. I ain't play that game with her no more.
He said Sandy wasn't no joke. He had me screwed and I was just visiting. He had me scarred and I was just visiting. Oh, she had me scared and I was just visiting. Oh, you guys, we did an hour and 11 minutes, and this was a good show. We kind of strayed off the topic a couple of times, but y'all get the point. It was all
good just so we could go. Oh, my bad.
So,
we love y'all.
We love you.
All the information you need for all the upcoming events are on the website.
With the exception of which I'm going to put on probably tonight or between the night and tomorrow. Dominic LP coming out, and the voting starts the 15th for the finals. So I'm going to put that up. Well, that part is up, but the his LP is not up, but I'm putting that out. The pre-orders are the 23rd, and the LP will be out on the 29th, and there's some listening parties coming and some prizes and all that. And if y'all missed his toe tap yesterday, tune in on the radio station because I will be putting it up.
We'll let you know what day.
You guys have a great week. We love you. Thank you for all your support. Go to YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification. Share on Facebook and
like and comment on Facebook.
Yeah.
And we thank y'all, man. We love y'all. We appreciate everything. This is the Hatchett Chronicles. And it's a dub. We are out. Peace. Next Monday.